Okay, hi there. Education, like most sciences, has experienced many different approaches throughout history. During the 12th century, it was widely believed that education had to be an arduous task, 20th, not 12th. I think I would probably prefer during. It's probably ever so slightly more formal than in. It gives it a better feel, but they're both right. The letter with blood enters is learned, whose meaning is completely different from what Plato said. The letter with blood enters. Whose meaning? Whose for people? Enters with blood. Has a meaning which is completely different to what Plato said. However, education began to change at the end of that century, and nowadays there is a new trend. The new trend in education has put the child, the student, he was talking about children. I'm going to go for child, but they're both fine. But not in the centre, at the centre of education. In fact, one of the so-called new methodologies is known as the student-centred approach. With these methodologies, the role of students has changed drastically. Good. They used to be considered passive recipients of their teacher's knowledge, whereas the teacher had an active role. As they were in charge of the class, they were in charge of the class and of transmitting their wisdom. Nowadays, we know children need to play. Okay. Also, nowadays we know children need to play. We can link these two because this isn't terribly long. Additionally, they learn and understand better what catches their attention and interest. So firstly, catches. Understand better that which catches their attention, will make it formal. Things that catch. That which gives it a formal tone, catches their attention and interest. That's why not only many elements of games have been introduced into teaching as learning based on games, but also the games themselves through what is known as gamification. That's why not only elements of games have been introduced into teaching as learning based games, but also the games themselves through what is known as gamification. In the final analysis, I think we can arrive at the conclusion that we have gone back to what Plato said so many centuries ago, which seemed to have been forgotten for so many centuries. Unfortunately, for many generations of children who suffered it during their schooling. Whoops, and this is nothing to do with yours. So this is to do with mine. Okay, let's see this. In the final analysis, I think we can arrive at the conclusion that it's not wrong, and but it's saying the same thing several times. In the final analysis, I think we have gone back to what Plato said. We can arrive at the conclusion that, yeah, and I think I would reduce this, yeah. I'm not going to change it or correct it because it's not wrong, but it's too many words to say to sum up, yeah. In the final analysis, but just one of them. There's too much of it there. Okay, so yes, I think this is quite a good essay. I quite like it. I think I'm going to give it something like a 7.25 at C2. I think probably 7. Yeah. Yeah. So notice, and I've said split your sentences up, but that's about the length that you need. Yeah. If you're producing sentences that long, they're too short. Yeah. Up to about that, but don't really go over 2 lines. What's this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I would say 20 word maximum. Okay? So, it's good work. Well done. You should be happy with it.